Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your weekly tarot and astrology forecast for the week of June 29th until July the 5th of 2025. Let's take a look what the stars and cards have for you in store for this week. First, we'll take a look at what the astrology is to say based on the transit of moon, because when we look at the astrology, weekly astrology, it's more based on the transits of the moon, because that's what brings most of the impacts, and moon is the only planet that transits every 2.5 to 3 days. So that's why we look at the weekly astrology, and then we'll pull tarot to see what additional guidance we have from the divine. Okay, so let's take a look here. I already have the report for your moon transits. So from June 29th to the 30th, so those 2 days, the moon is going to be in Leo in your 5th house, and your 5th house is of romance, children, and creativity. Then it'll transit on July 1st and will be there until the 2nd of July in Virgo in your 6th house of work, health, and conflict. And it'll transit again on July the 3rd and will be there until the 5th in Libra in your 7th house of relationships, marriage, and partnerships. So overall this week, the moon is transiting in your 3 houses, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Let's take a look at what it does when the moon is going to be in your 5th house on June 29th and the 30th. You're going to be like a bit expressive, obviously, because the moon is in your romance, children, and creativity, the 5th house. So you could be expressive here. You would feel romantic, and you would be more attached to your passions. Any creative pursuits, if you have any projects that you're working on, your own creativity, maybe a song album or something that you're creating, will flourish, and you may feel drawn towards a love interest or children, maybe. And this is also a time where your ego may get attached to appreciation and recognition. Okay, then the moon transits again on July 1st and will be in your 6th house until July the 2nd. And this is time to focus on health, because your 6th house is work, health, and conflict. So at this point, you need to you need to focus on your health, your daily routines. If you have any pending work, you need to tackle that as well. Emotionally, you will feel invested in productivity and discipline, and there could be conflicts in workplace. It could arise, but you would be able to resolve them with a cool head. Then the moon is transiting on the 7th, July the 3rd, and will be in your 7th house until the July 5th. And the 7th house is of relationships, marriage, and partnerships. So the partnership here again, on the moon is on in the fifth house on June 29th and the 30th, and again on the seventh house, which is um, the aspects of these two houses are, you know, romance, children, creativity, relationships, marriage, partnerships. So the partnership part here, it dominates. So it's a good time to talk about marriage, any business contracts, any relationship that needs healing. There could be conversations around this, um, to heal any relationship wounds. This could be a good time. However, if there is an emotional imbalance, um, this may come to a surface. Okay, it's time for you to cooperate with the partner, and that could bring progress. So, you I think you need to be more comforting, understanding, cooperating, and things will ease out. But if you're controlling, not understanding, then obviously the aspects of the moon would do its work, and then obviously it's not going to be an easy time, right? Mentally, because moon transits and the impacts will only bring the impact on your emotions, on how you're feeling more. That's why we look at weekly astrology of moon transits as to how are you going to be feeling all through the week, right? Now, these planets, the moon is obviously traveling in your fifth, sixth, and seventh houses. There are also other planets. When the moon is with these planets, what impact is it going to bring? So let's take a look at that. Okay. So when moon is in your fifth house, um, that's going to be with Venus. So it's a great combination here, because Venus would add charm, romance, and pleasure, and this could impact. You could spark a new love. There could be enhanced creativity, and there could be emotional joy. Okay, um, you need to be cautious, because if you have a desire for attention, um, don't have that desire for attention. Okay, stay away from any kind of drama, because these kind of situations can arise, and obviously it's not going to be good for you. So when the moon is on in the sixth house, it's going to be with Mercury and Mars. What Mercury does is it fuels analysis and communication. Okay, and Mars brings the drive in you, but it also brings impatience or conflicts. So the impact here could be, you could be productive for solving any work or health matters. This is great for a diet or a workout plan. So if you've been thinking of starting a workout or a diet, then this is a great time to start on it. You need to be cautious on the 1st and the 2nd of July, because there are risk of arguments at work, and there could be health related inflammation as well. Okay, and then on the 3rd until the 5th, the moon is going to be in the 7th house in Libra, and that's with Ketu. Now Ketu brings detachment or spiritual lessons, right? And moon with Ketu can impact, you may be feeling you may lack clarity in relationships. This is good time for karmic insights. The caution that you need to take is if there are any misunderstandings or emotional distancing, right? So these could happen here, and you need to be cautious about any kind of misunderstandings. So before jumping onto any conclusions, just give it a day or two and then jump to any conclusion later on, okay? Because there are misunderstandings that can happen with Ketu. Now, how is it going to impact your financial outlook? So, when Moon is transiting through all these houses, let's take a look at how it's going to impact your finances. So, on June 29th and the 30th, you could be spending more on children, luxury, or creative ventures. There could be a possible outing, a romantic outing, or investment in any kind of fun related activities, because obviously the moon is in your fifth house of romance and creativity and children, right? So on the 1st and the 2nd of July, you need to be watchful of any unexpected expenses related to health, or if you have a business, there could be expense related to an employee. You could be impulsive as well in making financial decisions. So um, avoid making any impulsive decisions in at work. Okay, on the 3rd and the 5th of July, joint finances or business dealings may come up. There's a potential for profit through partnerships or client-based work. Okay, so no major income spikes is foreseen though in this week, but midweek expenses related to health or office matters are possible here. So, yeah, you need to be alert for any hidden charges or conflict related spending as well. Okay, now let's take a look at any major events, any potential major events during this week of moon transiting through these houses. So career wise, there could be conflicts or overwork on July 1st and 2nd, because Moon and Mars in your 6th house creates high pressure and quick temper. So be aware of that. I would advise you to stay calm at work. Don't react emotionally or to any kind of criticism. Okay. Relationship. There could be a turning point on July 3rd and the 5th, because of Moon and Ketu in your 7th house. This could, as I said, karmic detachments or emotional realization could come up. I would advise you to focus on understanding rather than controlling, as I already mentioned. This could be a spiritual insight breakthrough conversation with a partner. So be mindful of being understanding and not controlling, because whatever conversation that you're going to have with your partner at this time could be very, very insightful. Okay, it could just make or break the relationship. And let's take a look at any emotional. Okay, so emotional or creative breakthrough on June 29th and the 30th. There could be some emotional or creative breakthrough because Moon and Venus is in Leo, your 5th house. This is a powerful emotional and artistic energy. So I would advise you, it's a good time to launch any creative projects. Good time to express love or receive any kind of recognition. Okay, there could be mild health flare up in midweek, any digestive issues or minor infections. There could be accidental expenses related to any kind of service or maintenance, which is possible. There could be also dreams. You need to take care of. You need to sleep with a journal beside you at night, and if there are any dreams, because Ketu is influencing them, Ketu is actually influencing them. So listen to your intuition. Any dreams that you see, just make sure when you wake up, if you remember, just journal it down. That might have a message for you. Guidance for the week, I would say balance your balance would be your power, and you need to express when it's needed and observe when emotion would stir. So if you have any mixed emotions, just observe and act with grace, with love. Okay, because anything that's done with love will always be successful. So for an example, if you're working on a project, work out of the love for that project. Don't work with the fear. Okay, because then you'll never get the results you want. But if you work with love, tell yourself that I'm doing this with love, and you'll feel the emotion. It'll slowly and gradually come. You'll feel it when and you'll know it. It's very subtle. It's not like you'll feel like on cloud nine, but um, when you tell yourself that I am doing this with love, it'll make a lot of difference. The results will just tell you the difference, I would say. So yeah, that's about the astrology part. Let's take a look at the tarot, what it has to say, and we'll pull the first one here. We've got the Judgment, as I already mentioned before in my previous videos. We'll pull 3 rows, the first one being for the money and finances, second one would be for any kind of job, career, business, profession, whatever it is for you, and the last row would be for love, marriage, relationships, romance, and all that good stuff. Okay, so the first card will be the general energy. The second card will be for what you need to know. Okay, and we have the 8 of Pentacles in here, and the outcome is the Page of Swords. Okay, then we have Queen of Cups for general energy in job, career, business, profession, whatever it is for you. What you need to know is Knight of Swords, and the outcome or the end result, 8 of Wands. 6 of Swords for love, marriage, relationship, romance, general energy. Ace of Pentacles, what you need to know, and the Fool. Looks beautiful, Aries. Let's take a look in what it all means. Okay, so the first card we have here is the Judgment, the general energy, and when it comes in the position of finances, this could be financial gain, so it's a great card to come up. So there could be a financial gain in your overall finances, could be the investments that you've done so far You could be gaining on them, or maybe there's a raise in your salary, or there is gain in your business. Overall, there's a financial gain in whatever situation you're in. Then what you need to know is the Eight of Pentacles, and this would mean that there is a financial reward. So for an example, if we talk about the Judgment, where we said that there's a financial gain from any investments, and it confirms that there is a reward on your financial investments return. So pretty much on the cards here, or whatever hard work you've done, there could be reward coming in, a monetary reward. And then the outcome, or the end result, is the Page of Swords. And this would mean that there is a financial message coming in. So whatever is this for you, it hasn't happened. The financial gain, return on investment, it's a confirmation that there's, and probably this is the message that's coming in for you, letting you know that there is something coming through, which is going to be a financial gain for you, which is great. So this week, there may be something coming to you financially. There could be a gift someone brought for you, which is of a great value. You must have been waiting for it to buy, or it could be anything. There is a financial gain overall. You could be saving on something that could also be a financial gain. Right? So look for anything that happens during the week that's making any financial savings or gains, pretty much on the cards here. Then for job, career, business, we have the Queen of Cups, general energy. And I would say that in a situation, you possibly be needing a counseling, or you might be counseling someone, or there could be any creative pursuits that is, like we already saw, that you are drawn towards. Maybe you've had a passion in the past, and you may have started a project which you never completed, that might be surfacing, and you're looking at the possibility of starting that again. You might need some counseling regarding that. You could be counseling someone. You could be in a position where, for some of you, you could be in a position where you need counseling for professions as to what's the best for you according to your skills, your interests, your passion. You could be taking a counseling for that. And then we have what you need to know. There's Knight of Swords. And this could mean that you have the ambition for this. You're ambitious. You're determined, or you're determined just in general. You're dedicated in your work. You're a very reliable source of the company that you're working for, because you work with determination. You have the ambition of reaching to a level, or some of you have the ambition, the passion towards a creative pursuit, and it confirms here. And there is end result, the outcome. 8 of Wands. And this would mean that there is expansion. There could be travel, so, or overall, from a point of step 1, it's traveling, it's making progress. Your project is making progress. You're going to the next level, and it's progressing. It's traveling. There's expansion in your idea of this pursuit. If you're already if that doesn't resonate with you, and if you're just working somewhere at a company, and as I said, you're a very reliable source for the company, and they could be sending you to another place. You're traveling for work, for expansion in your career. Maybe they're sending you to a place to get more training, or to level up, or to start a new project. You need to learn something, and they're sending you to somewhere else to do this. So you're traveling for work, pretty much on the cards. Maybe not immediate, not in this week, or some of you could be also traveling this week related to work. So pretty nice work message here, work wise. Take a look at what we've got here for love, romance, relationship, marriage. We've got 6 of Swords. So things are changing. There is you could be in a relationship that was toxic, and you're getting a new offer, so you're moving on to a calm, more subtle relationship, or you might just be in a situation this week with your partner of kind of choppy waters here, right? Or ups and downs, or maybe it was a tough week emotionally, and now it's getting better because it's transitioning into the change. It's changing, the situation is changing here. Or some of you could be in a relationship where things are things are not so nice since a while now, and now it's confirming that it's getting better. So whatever situation in love you are, it's getting better. Okay, it's going to be smoother, better. Okay, there's this offer. Ace of Pentacles, this is what you need to know. So there could be an offer. So if you're single, there could be someone making you an offer, or the divine is making you an offer here. Sorry about that. The light just went off. My bad. But you can excuse me for that, right? Sorry for wasting that much time. But what I was saying is that this could be an offer, or the divine is offering you a new someone if you're single. For some of you already in a relationship or marriage, this could be generosity, or there could be provision coming through. Provision of moving from a position where it was not so nice to easier, smoother. So whatever is that you needed in a relationship is being provisioned here. If you're single and you're wanting to be in a relationship, there's an offer from divine. There's a provision from the divine. It's coming through. If you are married and things weren't so nice, or something that needed a provision, it's coming. So there's a confirmation here. You are provisioned, and the relationship is going to be smoother. And the Fool in the outcome here, or the end result, this would be another confirmation for those of you who are singles here, that you could be going on an adventure of new someone, taking that leap. Or you could definitely be traveling with your someone to an adventure, like literally. Somewhere in the mountains, maybe hiking, or just taking a scenic route, just going out for a drive. And the other one is, the other person is also excited to go with you. But this is definitely, for those of you who are looking for love, a new relationship, this is a confirmation that someone's coming in. and you're ready to take a leap, or they are taking a leap and excited to go with you. There could be conversations. So if you're someone looking for love, a new relationship, there could be spontaneous conversations, witty conversations here, and that could excite the other person to know you more. Could And then you could plan a trip because you have the bandwidth. Maybe you're on a leave or a vacation and you have the bandwidth to hang out with this person. You're taking that risk. But it's just an adventure. So overall this week looks great. Money wise, there's financial gain, confirmation. Career, business, job related message we have here is that there are chances that you could be traveling, there's expansion, there's ambition, you could be starting new projects, or a project that was never worked on, you're now more interested in pursuing that. And love looks great. There's new possibilities, new relationships. The ones that are already in relationships, things are getting better, smoother. So overall, astrology wise and the additional guidance from the tarot, looks like your week is going to be just fine. So that's your reading for the week of 29th of June until the July 5th. If you like the reading, make sure to like the video, share with your fellow Aries, and please subscribe. This is a brand new channel and it helps a lot. Until next time, Jai Shri Ram.